Body Slam the Competition. My name is Chris Adams, your host, as always. We're here to follow up on the SummerSlam predictions that were made in the last episode and kind of touch up on that a little bit, see how well we did. Now, the matches, as I gave them to you before, they were in no particular order, but I'm going to go in the order they happened this time as I've written them down as we went. It was a great pay per view last night, I thought. Some people thought it was a little less great than what it was, but I, however, thought it was a really solid job. And the NXT the night before was great as well. They should do that more often. NXT the night before, WWE the night after. Makes for a great weekend. But as it is, SummerSlam is what we're talking about today. And we'll start off with the Sheamus versus Randy Orton match. It was pretty much what I said it was going to be. Same shots back and forth at each other. They've been taken on TV the last few weeks. I kind of thought that the way Sheamus has been getting over on TV that Randy Orton might get the win here, but as it turns out, Sheamus nailed two bro kicks in a row and pretty much knocked Orton out. It looked like it was definitely on cloud nine for sure. So your winner there was Sheamus. Now my prediction was I wasn't going to make one either way, is what I said in the video before, and I said don't be surprised if Sheamus pulls out the win. However, I was more or less pulling for Randy Orton, so I'm not really going to take credit for that one. Even if I did say don't be surprised if he won, it's not really a prediction. So I'm going to say that's a miss for me. The next match was the Fatal 4-Way Tag match. It was a little more exciting than I thought it might be. It was different. New Day tried to pull a slick one early on and tried to pin themselves for the win, which turned out to be legal because anybody can tag anybody in. And I want to say Big E was tagged, or no, Big E tagged himself in, or maybe he was already in the ring, I believe. Kofi Kingston tagged himself in from somebody else and then jumped in and tried to cover Big E at that point for the quick, slick win. That was pretty much sniffed out, though, and they broke up the pinfall. But it was a smart idea. A lot of action through and through, a lot of high flying to the ropes, over the ropes on people, some nice stunts with the Lucha Dragons. As the match progressed on, it kind of left you wondering, up in the air who was going to win. You couldn't really tell. But at the end, my prediction for that match came true. We have New Day, the winners and tag team champions again, taking advantage of somebody else's offense, basically. Not exactly their own, but a win just the same. And if you didn't get to see it, try to go back and watch the replay. The New Day come out and just flat out crack everybody up with their version of a song that Jay-Z had done and changed the words around and made it about New Day instead of New York. It was awesome. It was funny. So I'm 1-1, or I guess 1-1 right now. One right, one wrong. Next match was the Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler match. They did a better job of this match than I thought they could have. I don't see them making a long feud of it. They just don't match up well together for me. I'm not getting it. I said Rusev would win, really clean win, because they're pushing him more. As it turns out, they actually took a double count out. Dolph Ziggler almost made it back in time, missed it by about a half second, and they had a double count out as results. There was a little bit of a skirmish afterwards where they were fighting, and they had to pull the two women apart, Lana and Summer Rae, and that's pretty much how it ended, with Rusev and Summer Rae backing their way toward the dressing rooms as a double count out. So now I'm one win, two off. Next match we have, which was one I was looking forward to for the night, completely marked out for it. Neville and Stephen Amell as the Green Arrow facing off on King Barrett and Stardust. Unlike some of the other celebrity matches in the past, like Karl Malone, Dennis Rodman, I think Jay Leno was in one before with DDP. People like this, David Arquette. Unlike these people in the past, Stephen Amell pulled off some wrestling moves. It was great. He pulled off a leapfrog, got a hip toss in there, an enziguri kick, and at the end of the match, he went flying from the top rope, clear down on top of the other two guys, knocking them down, throwing Barrett back in the ring for Neville to hit the Red Arrow on. Nice match. very believable for Stephen Amell. Looked like he took some punishment in there, came back from it, and made his final moves, got the crowd excited and pumped up, helped him get the win. So I called that one. I had said Neville and Stephen Amell, so now I'm looking at 2-2. Next match they had was the three-way match for the Intercontinental. We had Ryback, The Big Show, and The Miz. Um, I told you that I didn't think The Big Show deserved it because he's going to be more of a part-time deal for this point forward, and a lot of people aren't quite as excited to see him anymore. The Miz almost stole it a couple of times, especially when The Big Show put the knockout punch on Ryback. I thought he was going to get a cheap win, but he didn't do it. Um, as it turns out, Big Show put the punch on The Miz, knocked him silly. Ryback then got Big Show out of the ring and went over there and he pinned The Miz for the victory and retained his title. So now I'm looking at 3-2. It's looking better for me. Next match was Reigns and Ambrose. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose versus the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. This was one of the matches that about stole the show for the night. It's a mid card match there, and looked like it could have been a later, toward the main event type of match. Um, of course, neither one of these teams are high flyers anyway. A lot of big spots, though, a lot of nice moments. Um, Everyone likes Roman Reigns. What's he called? A Superman punch. Pulled it off a couple of times. Got the spear on Bray Wyatt. Dirty Deeds was hit on Bray Wyatt as well by Ambrose before we got the spear in. Everybody's looking good. The guys got their win. Now, the way I predicted it to come out was I thought that the Wyatt family would win because they've been kind of burying Bray Wyatt a little bit, and I thought he might get the victory out of this. And just like all the other pay-per-views, he's in a cellar for some reason. I don't know why. Um, I also said that Dean Ambrose would turn on Roman Reigns at this pay-per-view and have a heel turn because his character's been kind of stale lately, and I thought it made sense, but they didn't do it. They've been teasing for a heel turn by one of these two guys for a while, and they just won't pull the trigger for some reason. So I'm down to 3-3 now. Next match was ah the Rollins, Seth Rollins versus John Cena unification title match. I told you there's no way they're gonna let either one of those guys run off with both belts on their arm. Once again, I was wrong. What can I say? I'm a big enough man to admit when I'm wrong. Seth Rollins pulls out the victory. He's now U.S. champion and World Heavyweight champion in what was a great match. Lots of high spots, lots of mocking each other. It was great to see Seth Rollins kind of get up there and mock John Cena with the "you can't see me" bit. Uh, Pick up Cena's own moves and put them against him. I wish Cena would quit trying to use that springboard stunner. He misses it 90% of the time, and the person receiving it has to make it look good, and it looks pitiful. He needs to drop that move and just move on from there. But the match wasn't a clean victory. You had Seth Rollins have the assistance when the referee was down of one Jon Stewart, believe it or not. The same Jon Stewart who just a couple of months ago at a pay-per-view had went against Seth Rollins. I believe he kicked him in the groin or something like that, and that was pretty much it. He got away with things and was gone. Um, why he helped him is unknown. Maybe we'll find out tonight on Raw. I'd like to know why myself. But as it is, the winner was Seth Rollins with the help of Jon Stewart. He now has both belts. I'm sure he'll open the show tonight with a 20-minute monologue of how great he is, just as usual. Nothing will change for that, I guess. On that one, I had called a no contest. I said a double count out or a double DQ or just a DQ in general where both men kept the belts. And I was wrong. They actually used that up on Ziggler and Rusev. So I missed that one. So now I'm like 3-4 or 3-5 or something. I done lost count. I'm looking so bad here. So all that matters is I'm not doing good so far. Next match of the night was the Divas three-way elimination match. If one Diva gets pinned from the team, the whole team is gone. You had, of course, Team PCB, Team Bad, and Team Bella. First team to get eliminated was Team Bad. Um, I want to say, I don't remember if it was Tamina or if it was the other that was pinned. It wasn't Sasha Banks. She didn't get pinned. She wasn't in the ring. May have been Tamina that got pinned. I think it was. And they were gone, which left Team Bella versus Team PCB. And Team PCD pulled out the win at the end there. That's who I predicted, and they were on top. So I'm now one more up on it. I think that makes my fourth one I called for the win, and that's actually my last one I got for the win. So I'm going to be under for sure on this one. The next match next to the main event was Kevin Owens and Cesaro. I really wanted Cesaro to win this. I thought he could do it. I thought he deserved it. They did not give Cesaro the win. They put it on Kevin Owens, which seemed pretty stupid because just the night before, he had a grueling ladder match for the title against Finn Balor in NXT Championship, and he took a lot of damage off of that. And I think he barely made it out of the ring at the end. That last move, Balor come off the top of the ladder with that stomp move he does to the chest, and that put Owens out. He couldn't get back up to keep him from getting the belt off the top of the ladder. So I thought, next night for sure he wasn't going to be looked on too favorably for the win. I don't know what the mindset is behind it, what they're thinking on it, but Cesaro had a pretty good looking push the last couple 3 weeks, and they took him to SummerSlam and said, "I don't think so." Pretty much slammed the door in his face and put Kevin Owens over for the match. I don't know what the deal is with Cesaro, why they don't want to push him, harder than they do. He's a great talent. They're losing out on it, and if he was to leave, I couldn't blame him. I really couldn't. Last match of the night: Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. I had said that Brock Lesnar was going to win this. He had to win it. That it was important for him to win it based upon him solidifying himself as one of the new main guys in the WWE. But what they done may have even been a step better for him. I don't know how many of you remember Bret Hart and Stone Cold going at it when Stone Cold refused to give up to the sharpshooter. Um, he had blood coming down his face. He was screaming. Um, he was trying to push himself up and break the hold and couldn't, and never did tap out. Eventually, he passed out from the pain, and they gave the victory to Hart. This is kind of similar to last night. Only difference is that Undertaker actually tapped out to Brock Lesnar before this happened. The referee was looking at Taker's shoulders to see if he was down for the pin to count him pinfall on him. And when he did, you see Taker doing this to the arm of Brock Lesnar. He's tapping out. He wants out of it. The person ringing the bell sees this, rings the bell. We think the match is over with. We think tap out. Undertaker tapped. It's over with. Brock Lesnar wins. No, the referee goes to Barry and tells him, "I didn't call the win. I didn't call for the bell. What are you doing? I didn't call for a bell. You can't just ring the bell. I'm the one that calls for the bell." And while they're having their little discussion of what's going on, he's letting them know the ring and the match is starting again. The Undertaker comes up from behind Brock Lesnar, classic Ric Flair style. Oh, right into the groin. Uppercut. Lesnar goes down, turns around as he's going down, and Undertaker grabs him and his submission hold. And Lesnar fought it for what he was worth. Right before the end, just before the match is over with, Lesnar goes out in true Stone Cold Steve Austin style. The only free hand he has, he sticks it right up in Undertaker's face and gives him the middle finger. I know that's not PG, that's not rated G, but that's just Brock Lesnar going out like a boss. He gave him the finger and then he passed out. Similar to Stone Cold. Blood was on his forehead, coming down across his nose a little bit. He had that same look, same sweat look, red in the face, in pain, can't breathe, whatever look that they give for that, and gave him the finger and passed out, and they called the match. And Undertaker wins. So I thought that was a bit of a bogus way to end the match. I wanted Lesnar to win, but it is what it is. I don't know why they're going to give Taker the win. He's not going to be there full time to wrestle and keep this feud going on. There's no telling when we'll see it happen again. I'll be surprised if he stays behind and goes to Night of Champions, because right after Night of Champions is Hell in a Cell, and we all know that's Undertaker's big thing. We could have Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker in Hell in a Cell to finish it all off, and that would be great. Hopefully they'll push Lesnar through this time like they should. Who knows? Anyways, it was a great pay per view overall. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Um, the NXT the night before, as I said, was enjoyable as well. I wish they would look in the future and do more of these back to back over the weekends to help promote both brands. It's a great idea. It was a lot of entertainment, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. So I will go ahead and cut this short on this. I just wanted to follow up with my predictions from last time to see how well I did. And as to how well I did, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40%. I truly suck. What can I say? Until next time, though, yeah, we'll see how I do. If this is your first time watching my video, I would really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Simply look there on the bottom of the page below the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. If you have any comments you want to share with the predictions you had made to let us know how well you did, please put it in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. We do respond, so definitely put your comments or your info down there that you have. And once again, don't forget to subscribe and share it with everybody else. Hope this has been enjoyable for you, at least enjoyable enough to make fun of me for all my misguided predictions that I had. And I hope to see you here again soon. Till then, have a great time.